Start it over. Hi, and welcome back to NDI Central Live here at NAB 2018. Our next guest makes some beautiful products. We have Kasper Skårhøj, President and Chief Designer of Skaarhoj. Welcome.
Thank you.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skaarhoj. That's
Skaarhoj.
really good.
Okay, thank you. Because it looks like Skaarhoj, right? Skaarhoj.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people get that wrong.
Or Skaarhoj.
Skaarhoj.
And the French has it kind of reversed completely, so I know it's difficult. I'm so sorry for having a
but it's
Scandinavian
Skaarhoj,
name. Yes.
okay? Skaarhoj. Let's get that right. All right. Well, I really admire the workmanship that you put into your products.
Thank you.
Why don't you first begin by telling us a little bit about your company?
Well, we are a manufacturer of universal broadcast panels. So we support a lot of different hardware. We support NewTek hardware as well. This is why we are sitting here having a nice conversation. And we have been around for 6 years. Building up the company. We are based out of Denmark. And this is our second year at NAB. So we're really excited to see how this is going for us. Last year was obviously super excited. I would say this year is just as exciting. And it's like, you know, whole family. When you've been here for 4 weeks, days. Yeah, it feels like weeks, right? 4 days in a row. It's just like such a special experience. So far, so good with the show. Tell us about your different product lines. Yes. So I would divide it into 4 different categories. That would be PTZ controllers, like the one we have right here, the PTZ Pro. And then we have shading panels for camera control. So think about a traditional control room where you have a shading operator, RCP panels. We have various sorts, individual, single camera RCPs and multi-camera. Mm-hmm. Then we have switching controllers that could work with a TriCaster, another video switcher. It's software and hardware alike. Mm-hmm. And finally, routing panels. And that would be utility panels that recall presets or auxiliary bus routing and so on, rack units. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what have you brought here today? Yes, this is our PTZ Pro, and we are really proud how this controller has come out and how well it supports the, for instance, the NewTek PTZ camera. And so the main features, I think there are 3 really exciting things about it. First of all, when we support a PTZ camera, we go really far to make sure that the complete command set found in your NDI camera, for instance, is implemented on a controller. So, I mean, I have people coming to me and saying, hey man, your controller even supports the Sony or the NewTek camera better than, now you don't have one yourself, but for a Sony camera it would be better than the Sony controller themselves. It's like you know it even better. And that's because we have spent so much time going through the whole command list of those cameras and making sure that every detail gets into the controller. So it's a really very familiar experience, very custom to the camera.
Well, I know that you're covering a lot, well, all of the features or all of the controls that are otherwise controlled in the web browser control panel. Yes. And you brought it to a tactile interface. You want to maybe turn it to camera and show...
let's just see if we can
it looks like there.
Have
cut to that camera there, Brett. There we go. So you can see the OLED display up here, as well as programmable keys. Go ahead.
So the controller is actually 100% configurable, but now I'm going to tell you how it's set up right here. So we have 3 buttons for camera selector. So we can select camera 1, 2, and 3. And what is so nice is that you see the labels for those cameras. So you could give them different names. It doesn't have to be camera 1. You can put in a custom label. Over here we have decided to put 4 preset recall buttons. And what you should notice is another really unique and awesome feature. Those labels say Rex, Rex 2, Rex 3, Rex 4. And it changes as I change the camera. Now it says Gus, Gus 2, Gus 3. I guess this would be a guest on the show the other day, and it means that a traditional problem of recalling presets where you have to remember the preset, like if you have preset 7, what is preset
what is
7?
Is it a wide shot? Is it a close-up?
Is it the drums? Whatever is it? And I found as a PTZ operator that you can go to like 10, maybe even only 5, and that's it. You can't have any more in your mind.
Yeah.
But with labels for your presets being so easily set through a web browser, you could expand that. Like you could easily have 30 and just page through, and you would see exactly what they recalled. So that's really a unique feature.
That's very cool.
And it's all thanks to the fact that these controllers, having so many displays, we have them for these buttons and up here for the settings, 100% configurable. So some of you might actually sit and think, oh, but do we only have 3 camera select buttons? So that's a little too little for me. No. Normally, you could choose to use the full row of buttons in the bottom for camera selection, or you could choose to use this button group up here with buttons 1 to 10 for camera selection, and then keep this entirely for preset recall. But for the production of NDI Central at NAB, it was just so easy to set up a combined camera select and preset recall row. So that should give you an idea about how configurable these surfaces are to make a very specific and custom user experience.
So you can work whatever's most comfortable for you.
Yeah, and user-friendly. It has to be user-friendly. There are so many applications where it is not a broadcast professional sitting with the surface, and you have to have the ability to adapt it so they don't screw up things, and they also are able to just have a very lean user experience.
Very nice, very nice.
Now,
So a lot of great capabilities here. Let's take a look at some of the other products. We have a couple of still shots of some of the other products that you have. This is a brand new product, right?
Yes, yes it is. It's the PTZ Fly, and in terms of capabilities, it can do the same as the PTZ Pro we've just looked at, but obviously it has less buttons. So
much more compact.
It's more compact, it's smaller, it has less buttons, so you'll have to, if you want to do the same, you would have to package it a little differently using shift keys and so on. But that's the point is not that the PTZ Fly should substitute the PTZ Pro. If you look at the PTZ Pro and think this is the form factor and the number of controls I need, go with that by all means. The PTZ Fly is meant to be potentially a simpler surface for the simpler application.
For much smaller, and then so they connect together with these other control panels.
This is one of the very unique Skaarhoj features. This is modularity you're looking at. So what you see is that we have the PTZ Fly on the far right end, and then it snaps magnetically together with a switcher surface module in the middle, and then on the far left we have an auxiliary module that could be used for adjusting whatever settings you have in your setup.
Okay, and then we have one more picture, or one more image that we can go to. There we go. So that's what do we have here?
Integrated control. That's another thing we are really proud to say. We are integrating control of multiple different pieces of hardware into the same surfaces, again, to create a user-friendly experience. We want users not to think too much about how many different devices in the network they are actually dealing with. This is all brought together in a single surface, like the Rec Fusion Live we just saw on the screen. And if you look at the Rec Fusion Live, you have on the left side a switcher surface that could work with a TriCaster, and on the right side you have basically what is a PTZ Fly. You see the joystick, the 6 buttons, and the 4 encoders with the OLED displays.
So this can be configured to work with TriCaster?
TriCaster and NewTek NDI cameras, yes.
As well as others.
As well as others, and it can even hook up with a recording deck somewhere, so you could assign a button to start-stop recording or playback. It can you can assign a few buttons to do something on a video router, so you can create a really seamless experience of control without the user ever knowing what they actually control.
So if you have an application where you need a very, very small footprint, everything in one small space, you can use this, adapt this to that.
That one is perfect for flyaway kits and compact production.
Wow, fantastic.
And hey, by the way, I mean, as a rack unit, you couldn't see it from the top here, but it's really constructed so clever that when you put it on the desk, it has the perfect tilt. So using it just on the desk, awesome. But you can also put it in your rack. Awesome. And that's really, that double function just, enhances the value of the panel so much.
You strike me as someone that really pays attention to details.
Yes, I mean, and I also have to really give credit to our customers, because this panel is such a good example of working with customers directly who approach us and say, hey guys at Skaarhoj, can you bring this together in a unit? I need something 2-unit and in my flyaway kit. So this is, and when I had this request coming, I was like, oh man, I don't know, I prefer to have it a little like this, and I don't know if I can do that. But he just kept pushing, and I listened, and I'm so proud that finally we brought it all together and we have a really cool product.
Really great. That's really great. Well, it's wonderful to hear how you listen to the requests of the users out there, that putting those ideas into these beautifully made panels. Just really, really fantastic. Where can our viewers find out more about Skaarhoj products?
On our website. If you are at the NAB, go to our booth. It's in South Hall, Lower 14317. But maybe you're watching this after the show, or you're not here. So our website, I have to admit that on the front page there's like a big disclaimer saying, we don't have any product pages for all the new stuff. You'll have to look in our booklet, which is online as a PDF file. But I'm sure you'll be happy with what you see, and you'll get a really nice overview of all the new technology we have brought out.
Fantastic. So that's Skaarhoj. We get a close-up of this. Here we go. Cut to this camera. There, they got the spelling. Very good. So Skaarhoj.com?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. To find out more.
It's super easy to Google, and yeah, so as long as you pay attention to the name, just type it in Google.
There you go.
And you'll
Google
find
that.
Easily.
I'm sure you'll get there, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kasper, for coming.
Thanks for having me, Rex.
Fantastic product.
Really good.
All right. So we'll have more after a break. Stay with us.